Can Nietzsche's philosophy guide us towards living a good life? A thought-provoking question indeed. Friedrich Wilhelm Nietzsche, a prominent 19th century German philosopher, is a name that deeply resonates in the realm of philosophical study. Nietzsche's intellectual prowess, combined with his compelling thoughts on existence, morality, and human nature, make him a fascinating figure to ponder. His philosophy, rich in its depth and intricacy, continues to leave an indelible impression on the minds of philosophers and laymen alike. Nietzsche, unlike his contemporaries and philosophers before him, never provided a prescriptive roadmap to a good life. Rather, his philosophy urges us to delve deeper into our own understanding of existence, our moral compass, and our position in the grand scheme of the world. His teachings were not meant to spoon-feed answers, but rather to stimulate our internal journey towards self-exploration and personal development. For Nietzsche, the true essence of a good life did not lie in blind conformity to societal norms or in following a preordained path. He believed robustly in the power of the individual and the potential within each person to break free from the shackles of societal expectations and create their unique version of a good life. This perspective was not only revolutionary during his era, but it also retains its relevancy in the present world. Nietzsche's philosophy is underpinned by a strong emphasis on individualism and the concept of self-overcoming. He believed fervently in the continuous pursuit of personal growth, encouraging individuals to persistently challenge themselves, face their deepest fears, confront their toughest situations, embrace the unpreventable changes that life throws at them. Nietzsche's philosophy encourages us to view these adversities not as hindrances, but rather as stepping stones towards our personal evolution. His philosophy was the embodiment of his belief in the immense potential in every individual to rise above their perceived limitations. He was a strong advocate for a life of continuous self-evolution and growth. Nietzsche urged us to believe that we are capable of becoming far more than what we perceive ourselves as at any given moment. He urged us to go beyond our comfort zone, push our boundaries, and reach for our fullest potential to live a fulfilling life. Nietzsche believed that the journey towards self-evolution is not just about personal growth and development, but it's about discovering our authentic self, our purpose, and our meaning in life. Nietzsche's philosophy is not just a guide to good living, but a call to find your own path, to create your own moral compass, and to shape your own destiny. Can Nietzsche's us towards living a good life? Nietzsche believed in the constant pursuit of personal growth, encouraging individuals to challenge themselves, confront difficulties, and embrace change. He saw the potential in every individual to transcend their current limitations, advocating for a life of constant self-evolution and growth. Nietzsche's philosophy is not simply about the pursuit of happiness or success, but a call to the relentless pursuit of self-discovery and personal evolution. It is a philosophy that encourages us to strive for a life of authenticity, fulfillment, and personal growth. Nietzsche also introduced the concept of the will to power. This abstract idea, unique and pioneering in its conception, suggests that a fundamental driving force deeply ingrained in the human psyche, inherent in our DNA, is the desire for self-enhancement, the aspiration to become better, more refined versions of ourselves. It hints at an underlying human aspiration for continuous growth, development, and improvement that nestles deep within our souls, as inalienable as our need for sustenance and survival. This will to power is the essence of our existence, the spark that fuels our journey through life. It's not just about the pursuit of materialistic achievements or superficial improvements, it's about the quest for holistic betterment, the yearning to elevate ourselves on all fronts. It is the thirst that fuels our dreams, the desire that propels our ambitions, the resilience that undergirds our pursuit of success. At the very heart of this concept lies the belief that humans are not simply content with stagnancy or complacency. We crave progress. We seek evolution, not just in the physical world around us, but within our own selves. This insatiable thirst for enhancement is not just limited to the physical realm, but also extends to the mental, emotional, and spiritual domains of our existence. It is the driving force behind our attempts to expand our horizons, to broaden our perspectives, to push our boundaries. The will to power touches various aspects of our life. It influences our professional achievements, our academic accomplishments, our personal relationships, and even our quest for inner peace. It's about setting targets for ourselves, working diligently towards them, and deriving satisfaction from the journey as much as from the destination. It's about the pleasure derived from the pursuit itself, the joy of striving, the reward of the journey. According to Nietzsche, the will to power is not simply about the attainment of, but about the journey as well. The road to self-betterment is laden with challenges and obstacles, each presenting an opportunity for growth and learning. Every stumbling block that we surmount, every adversity that we overcome, adds to our self-confidence, resilience, and determination. However, it's crucial to understand that Nietzsche's concept does not advocate for reckless ambition or ruthless pursuit of goals. Instead, it encourages a balanced approach to life. It's about recognizing our potential, setting realistic goals, and striving towards them while maintaining harmony with our surroundings and ourselves. It's about the pursuit of balance, the pursuit of harmony, the pursuit of wholeness. The will to power is an invitation to become the best versions of ourselves. It's about rising above mediocrity, about embracing our unique capabilities and harnessing them for our betterment. It's about the understanding that we are the creators of our destiny, the masters of our fate. According to Nietzsche, living a good life involves acknowledging this deeply rooted desire, this inner drive that compels us to strive for more, to strive for better. It involves harnessing this innate force, this will to power, to achieve one's full potential. Then comes the idea of eternal recurrence. This fascinating concept is introduced by Friedrich Nietzsche, a profound, influential, and highly revered philosopher hailing from the 19th century. Nietzsche's philosophy, known for its radical and controversial leanings, has fostered inspiration, curiosity, and intellectual exploration for thinkers worldwide. His works, distinguished for their groundbreaking nature, have introduced theories that not only challenge conventional ideas and beliefs held during his time, but also stir thought-provoking conversations and debates in the present era. One of these intriguing theories is the theory of eternal recurrence. The theory of eternal recurrence is an intellectually stimulating concept about an infinite cycle of the universe's existence and its ceaseless repetition. It's a theory in which time is perceived as cyclical rather than linear, suggesting everything that happens has transpired and will occur again, endlessly and exactly the same for all eternity. It postulates the notion that every action we take, every decision we make, every emotion we experience is not just a fleeting moment, but a significant point in the endless loop of time. Nietzsche's theory of eternal recurrence proposes an interesting perspective. It beckons us to imagine a reality where our life repeats itself over and over, with every event unfolding exactly as it did in the previous cycle. This perspective, while seemingly daunting, intends to encourage in us a deep sense of awareness and conscientiousness. Nietzsche was urging us, through this concept, to consider the weight of our actions and to appreciate every moment, given each one is an integral part of this eternal cycle. He was asking us to strive to live a life of such quality and profundity that we wouldn't mind reliving it again and again in this infinite loop of time. Nietzsche's invitation to embrace the idea of eternal recurrence serves as both a philosophical and a practical challenge. It is philosophical because it brings about self-reflection, provoking us to think deeply about the nature of our existence, our choices, and our attitudes towards life. It is practical because it presents a call to action, demanding us to consciously choose a way of life that we find truly fulfilling and satisfying. Nietzsche's theory doesn't just encourage us to seek happiness, it pushes us to make choices that resonate with our deepest values and aspirations, choices that add profound meaning to our existence. Every moment should be lived as if it were worth repeating. a statement that encapsulates Nietzsche's philosophy but also impels us to lead a life of depth, integrity, and genuine fulfillment. This powerful proclamation acts as an enduring reminder to continuously strive towards living a life that we would willingly repeat. It's a life that, regardless of its ups and downs, remains a testament to our authenticity, individuality, and inner strength. It's an exhortation to truly live and not merely exist, to craft a life that reverberates with the resonance of our truest self, a life that is genuinely worth reliving. After all, wouldn't it be fulfilling to lead a life so beautifully lived that we wouldn't mind experiencing it in an eternal loop? It is an exhortation to live, not just exist, to create a life that echoes with the resonance of our truest self, a life that is truly worth reliving. Nietzsche's philosophy also embodies Amor Fati, a love of one's fate. A Latin term, when directly translated into English, embodies the concept of love of fate. This profound philosophy, deeply woven into Nietzsche's intellectual framework, transcends beyond the borders of a simple philosophical terminology. It advocates for a lifestyle, a unique existential approach that Nietzsche passionately promoted. It is an idea firmly anchored in embracing life in its entire spectrum, an active pursuit of a harmonious coexistence with the unpredictable, often chaotic nature of existence. In the realm of Nietzsche's philosophical discourse, Amor Fati holds a wider, deeper, and more layered connotation than just the love of fate. It beckons an individual to passionately and wholeheartedly embrace all facets of life, inclusive of its trials, tribulations, and adversities, with a sense of acceptance and understanding. Nietzsche's philosophy urges the individual to come to terms with the hardships life presents, and not only to accept them, but to embrace them as intrinsic parts of their existence. Contrary to the widespread perception of detesting challenges or perceiving them as impediments, Nietzsche promulgated the concept of wholeheartedly welcoming them. He championed the idea of assimilating these adversities into the very narrative of one's existence, fostering a comprehensive, holistic comprehension of life. This acceptance, contrary to popular belief, is not a passive surrender to fate. Rather, it is an active engagement with life's inherent complexity, a conscious endeavor to weave the adversities into the very fabric of our existence. Nietzsche put a strong emphasis on the acceptance of life's challenges, dealing with them as they unravel rather than fantasizing about AI of obstacles. The main idea propounded here is not about evading or escaping problems, but about viewing them as integral, essential components of the narrative that frames one's life. By adopting this perspective, one can uncover beauty and purpose even amidst hardships, transforming these experiences into the foundational pillars of a stronger self. One should grasp the understanding that life is not just about the pleasant times, the good days, or the moments of joy and happiness. Life is a complex amalgamation of peaks and valleys, and as Nietzsche would argue, the valleys hold as much significance as the peaks. They lend depth to our life story, intensifying our character, enriching our experiences, and ultimately contributing to a more profound, more meaningful existence. He professed that instead of resenting difficulties, one must embrace them, integrate them into our life's narrative. He promoted the idea that these challenges and adversities, once accepted and dealt with, can significantly enrich our existence. They add layers of depth, resilience, and strength to our characters, enhancing our understanding and experience of life. They bring a unique perspective, adding shades of complexity to our existence and ultimately contributing to a life that holds more depth, more meaning, and more substance. Instead of resenting difficulties, Nietzsche believed that incorporating them into our life story can contribute to a richer and more meaningful existence. The name Nietzsche is often associated with radical thought and the art of philosophical exploration. He was highly critical of one particular existential theory that has had a profound impact on the minds of many, nihilism, which advocates the belief that life lacks inherent meaning or value. Nietzsche found himself in a constant battle with this concept, a philosophical proposition that, in his perspective, threatened to tear down the very essence of human existence. For Nietzsche, nihilism was a philosophical opponent that needed to be dissected, analyzed, and ultimately refuted. In the quest for wisdom and understanding, Nietzsche decided to confront this theory. He plunged deep into the heart of nihilism, examining each fragment of this theory with the meticulousness of a seasoned scholar. He dissected this belief system, pulling apart its intricacies and exposing its flaws. His approach was that of a surgeon cutting into the flesh of this theory to reveal the bones beneath. The cornerstone theory of nihilism suggests a harsh and unyielding reality, one where life is devoid of inherent meaning or value. It paints a bleak picture of our existence, a prospect that our joys, sorrows, and struggles are all devoid of significance, nothing more than fleeting moments in the grand scheme of eternity. It's a belief that renders life as a barren expanse, utterly bereft of purpose or direction. However, Nietzsche, armed with his indomitable spirit and sharp intellect, vehemently rejected this austere perspective on life. He refused to bow down to such a desolate view of existence. Armed with his profound understanding of human nature, he decided to counteract this perspective with a powerful philosophical proposition of his own. Instead of succumbing to this grim perception of life, Nietzsche proposed a more empowering approach. He encouraged individuals to carve out their own values and meaning in life. With deep conviction, he advocated for the idea that we have the power to shape our own destiny. He believed in the potential of humans to infuse their lives with their own principles and beliefs. Nietzsche strongly advocated for the idea that we should not be dependent on external sources for our purpose, urged individuals to look within themselves, to seek meaning and purpose in their own actions, endeavors, and experiences. This, he believed, was the true path to living a fulfilled life. Nietzsche's philosophy was essentially a call to action. He implored individuals to take control of their existence, to be the masters of their own destiny. He encouraged people to be accountable for their own lives, to consciously decide their path, and to actively shape its direction. This was the antidote he offered to nihilism, a beacon of hope in an otherwise chaotic world. In essence, Nietzsche implored individuals to take charge of their existence. He emphasized the importance of taking responsibility for one's life, making conscious decisions about the course it should take, and actively shaping its direction. This, he believed, was the antidote to nihilism, a beacon of hope in what can sometimes seem like a senselessly chaotic world. Lastly, Nietzsche celebrated life in all its aspects, including joy and suffering. This robust philosophy, infused with his undeniable intellectual prowess, has resonated across different generations, acting as a beacon of enlightenment for those seeking to comprehend the multifaceted nature of existence. Friedrich Nietzsche, the inscrutable philosopher from the 19th century, was a fervent proponent of embracing the totality of human experiences. His philosophy was diametrically opposed to one of selective engagement, where people would merely skim through life, savoring only its palatable parts while actively avoiding the hurdles and challenges that inevitably accompany it. Nietzsche, however, proposed an entirely different approach. He suggested leaning into suffering, allowing it to influence and shape our character. His perspective on life was akin to viewing it as a canvas, where joy and suffering are the effervescent brushstrokes that together form a breathtaking, albeit often difficult, masterpiece. Nietzsche championed a philosophy of life that wasn't solely about the relentless pursuit of happiness, but rather aimed at the pursuit of wholeness. This viewpoint stands in sharp contrast to the mainstream narrative that advocates for pain avoidance and the singular pursuit of positivity. He believed that to truly appreciate life, we needed to reconstruct the lenses through which we perceive it. Nietzsche argued against the traditional binary of positive and negative experiences. For him, no experience could be deemed irrelevant or insignificant regardless of its apparent value. He maintained that every experience, whether pleasant or painful, contributed to the overall richness of the human existence. Nietzsche's philosophy suggests that every obstacle we encounter, every moment of joy we experience, every tear we shed, is a fundamental building block in the grand structure that is life. These experiences, when woven together, form the tapestry of our individual and collective narratives, adding depth and texture to our existence. They provide a sense of context and meaning, making our lives more than just a series of disjointed events. Nietzsche's concept of a good life goes beyond the simple attainment of constant happiness. It includes the recognition that the human journey is a complex spectrum of experiences, each one bearing its own significance. He firmly held that only by acknowledging and experiencing the reality of suffering could we truly appreciate and savor the joy that life has to offer. This belief profoundly challenges conventional wisdom, compelling us to reconsider how we perceive life. It suggests a shift in focus from transient moments of happiness to the depth of experiences, cultivating a more profound understanding of the human condition. Nietzsche's philosophy proposes that to live a good life, we must fully engage with all experiences, whether positive or negative. He argued that it is only through this comprehensive engagement with life that we can truly enrich our existence. His philosophy demands a dramatic shift in perspective, a move away from seeking fleeting moments of happiness towards a more profound engagement with the totality of human experiences. Each experience, in Nietzsche's eyes, contributes uniquely to the richness of the human life and helps us understand the true essence of existence. Living a good life, according to Nietzsche, was not about achieving a state of constant happiness. It was about understanding that the human journey is a spectrum of experiences, each one significant in its own right. He argued that only by accepting the reality of suffering could we truly appreciate the joy that life offers. This belief redefines conventional wisdom and invites us to view life through a different lens, where depth of experience trumps fleeting moments of happiness. Living a good life, in his view, requires a full engagement with all experiences, positive or negative, as they contribute to the richness of the human experience. In wrapping up, Nietzsche's philosophy is complex, layered, and open to a multitude of interpretations. His work, a vast corpus of intellectual endeavors, has been examined, scrutinized, and dissected by scholars, academics, and thinkers from all corners of the world. It's an intricate tapestry of profound ideas that are as captivating and intriguing as they are mentally challenging. Delving into Nietzsche's thoughts isn't a task that can be easily accomplished. It necessitates perseverance, the application of critical thinking skills, and a readiness to grapple with complex and occasionally paradoxical notions. A fundamental aspect of Nietzsche's philosophy is the idea of the will to power. This philosophical proposition suggests that every action we undertake, every decision we make, is fueled by our intrinsic yearning for power and dominance. Such a theory might initially appear negative or pessimistic, but Nietzsche firmly maintains that it's an essential component of human nature. He posits that our desire for power is the driving force propelling us to grow, to evolve, to strive towards excellence, and to transcend the limitations imposed upon us. This desire for power, Nietzsche suggests, is not merely about physical or political dominance. It encompasses the personal drive for self-improvement, the mental urge to explore new ideas and thoughts, the emotional need to manage and overcome our fears and doubts. It is this comprehensive understanding sets Nietzsche's philosophy apart, framing power not as a final goal, but as a journey of constant personal evolution. In addition, Nietzsche's concept of eternal recurrence presents a daunting existential challenge. The idea that every event in our lives, every joy, sorrow, victory, and defeat will repeat endlessly is intimidating. However, Nietzsche views this not as a pessimistic outlook, but as a form of spiritual examination. It propels us to live our lives in such a manner that we'd willingly embrace the prospect of an infinite repetition without reluctance or regret. Then there is Amor Fati, or love of fate, another pivotal component of Nietzsche's philosophy. This concept urges us to welcome, accept, and even love our life circumstances, no matter how harsh or painful they might be. It's about acknowledging the full range of human experiences, recognizing the lessons in every challenge, celebrating the triumphs, and finding value in every single moment of our existence. overcoming nihilism is yet another significant facet of Nietzsche's philosophy. Nietzsche feared that the decline of traditional religious beliefs could result in a pervasive sense of meaninglessness, a lack of purpose in life. He contended that we should aim to forge our own values, to seek meaning in our own existence rather than depending on external, often unreliable sources. Yet it is understandable that his philosophies might not resonate with everyone. People have diverse viewpoints about life and its meaning, its purpose. Nietzsche's philosophy might not apply directly to everyone's lives, but it's difficult to deny that it offers a unique lens through which to view life's complexities, one that some people could potentially find helpful in their search for a fulfilling life. In conclusion, Nietzsche's philosophy is complex and open to interpretation. It's a collection of thoughts that's been explored by scholars from across the globe, a rich tapestry of ideas that are as intriguing as they are challenging. These ideas are not meant to be easily understood. Rather, they require patience, critical thinking, and a willingness to engage with complex and occasionally contradictory concepts. Some may perceive value in Nietzsche's perspective, while others may not. It is completely normal. People have different perspectives about life and what it entails to lead a good one. Nietzsche's philosophy may not apply to everyone's lives, but one cannot deny that it offers a unique perspective on life that some may find valuable in their pursuit of a good.